What's up, everybody? Wanted to kind of break down the Pacers game with you guys last night. Obviously, they hit a lot of threes and they shot the ball well from three. That came just from Pacers just dominating the paint. They had so many paint touches, so many driving kick threes, open in rhythm. But two things I want to talk to you about was the way they were cutting against Charlotte's defense and also how they used McDermott. So Charlotte came out aggressive, trying to deny everything, and India did a phenomenal job of cutting against pressure, back cutting switches. So I'll go through a couple of these clips here together. So the first one, okay, simple little pin down screen. They switch it, so they back cut the switch, okay, and then they try to switch back late, and so it's a foul. So when we break this down here, you'll see they try to aggressively switch us out. So when they're trying to switch, he's trying to jump onto the pass lane, make it aggressive. Okay, he recognizes, therefore he's going to back cut here. Melo's going to stay attached to Doug, who's a shooter. By the time he cuts back out, Melo has to take back, and they go back this way, but it's just too late. He gets a nice advantage on Melo, go in over the top, and they get a foul. Okay, another one here, same action, okay, simple little pin down, and try and switch out again. This time McDermott's the cutter. They're late again, he fouls. Okay, 2 more free throws. Same thing. They're going to try and switch out aggressively here, trying to take that pass away from them, which is fine. So he tries to take it out of the way, which Doug notices. He's going to cut right in front of his face. Back cut that pressure, right? Sabonis hit him with a beautiful pass. Washington's going to be late here. Again, it's a foul, and they try and switch back out again, which is not working, was not successful. So you'll see here, he's able to cover the top, late, foul, 2 free throws coming up. We'll do another one here. This time it's off of a post touch. So they'll throw it into Sabonis. Brogdon's going to set a nice little high guard split screen, recognize the switch, and dive to the bucket for an and one. So high guard split, dive, and one over the smaller Devontae Graham. Okay, as we watch that again, they're just so smart with it. Okay, so you see that screen's coming. He's going to go screen here. We've got McDermott, a shooter coming back over the top. The passer is going to relocate a little bit. But this screen's coming up. He recognizes the switch. He's going to dive hard right to the rim. Got a small defender on him here. Shoot in the corner, which is going to keep him out of the paint. And Sabonis does a nice little find for a nice little and one. Slips it. Big on little and one. Big time play late in the second quarter there. So that's a little bit how they switched against, or how they cut against the switch. Here I'll show you how they did against the zone. So the first clip here, they're just attacking gaps. All right. So they're kind of just getting set up here. But they're going to send Goga down here to the dunker spot, okay? And then you're going to see he's going to stay attached to the shooter up here, stay attached to shooter in the corner. And so he's going to come up here. He's going to attack all this space right here because Sabonis is going to be able to draw 2 defenders, I guess, stay on the ball. He goes in that gray area. Am I handing him off? Am I not handing him off? So he's going to cut into space here. Nice little bounce pass to create a 2-on-1 against Zellers. So we'll split into space, throw it up high. Boom, back cut right in space, create the 2-on-1, okay, and go into the free throw line. So again, they do a nice job of, again, back cutting that zone, applying some pressure to space, okay. You can see right now he's in that, Sabonis in the gray area. Are we handing him off? We both kind of have the basketball, cuts him hard out the 45, he's going to catch, and then we have a 2-on-1 right there, which ends up being a foul and free throws. Another time they cut against the zone, it wasn't really a cut, but they've been cutting so hard all night that the threat of cutting allows Sabonis to have the one-on-one matchup that they wanted, 8 feet from the rim. So they'll throw it into Sabonis, the high post. Okay, this time, just the threat of cutting, right? Boom, he's here. Okay, he's thinking about coming, but if I do, I'm leaving a shooter open, or I'm allowing him to come right behind me. So knowing that threat of cutting is, I'm just going to kind of stunt. I'm going to have to stay back and stay home. I ain't got to stay here because he might cut or he might kick out their shooter. And so what ends up happening is this one-on-one matchup is in favor of Sabonis and for the Pacers. So just the threat of cutting allows Sabonis to be able to attack Washington one-on-one here in the paint. I'll let you watch that one more time full speed. But you can see the corner guys draw so much attention just based on threat of cutting. And again, they have to stay matched up, which allows him to go one-on-one right there. And I take that matchup all day with Sabonis. Then some other cuts that they did throughout the night. This one, they did such a good job cutting off the post that allowed Sabonis to just kind of continue to back his man down and just have freedom. So they'll go into here, they'll throw up to him in the post, they'll go high guard split, have nothing, but gives him time to not double. Then they cut the 45 man, boom, right behind. And this whole time, while they're cutting people on the backside, Sabonis is backing his man in, backing his man in, backing his man in for the advantage that he wants. So if you watch one more time, okay, we'll get a little post touch. Then here comes the first one. So Brogdon's going to go set that high guard split. McDermott's just going to back cut it. Okay, keep pressure on that rim, keep people off from doubling. So he's going to clearing out. They're going to rotate over. Then that 45 man's going to cut again, keeping pressure on the rim and occupying the weak side defense the whole time while Sabonis just does his thing, gets to his spot, and goes to work. There's the high guard split. There's the 45. This whole time Sabonis is one-on-one in the block and doing what he needs to do. Another one here, if you watch Pacer basketball, they run a lot of 5-out stuff. Most 5-out guys do this stuff too, but if typically you try to do a DHO, it's not successful, you just continue that 2-man action with the next player. So you'll see here, they getting some 2-man game stuff here. Comes off, doesn't have anything, goes back to him. So if he doesn't have it, we're going to continue the action, set him up, hit him on the back cut. So again, there's a nice job of putting them to sleep, having counters, right? So when we watch this clip here one more time, normally when Sabonis is coming back dribbling at per set, like this is a DHO. But they do a nice job of recognizing, like, Washington just kind of falls asleep here. He's expecting a DHO, he's going to slide under. Well, instead, he recognizes that and he's able to back cut against, the falling asleep. And so he had a nice little bounce pass from Sabonis, who's a phenomenal passer. And they get a nice little bucket there. So again, it's using their typical actions, but then they started back cutting out of it as well when they tried to anticipate what was going to happen. Another one here, they cut from the 45, so McDermott's going to get pinned under the rim, and you'll see all the weak side defenders, they're just ball watching, especially LaMelo Ball. And so you see they get a beautiful cut from the opposite 45 for a layup here. But just watch the defense. Watch, they're all ball watching, no idea. Cuts into space, okay, easy layup. So I'll pause it for you so you can really just see the effectiveness here. But as he gets to the paint, you can see all the defenders looking. LaMelo's kind of peeking, but as McDermott takes one more dribble, he looks back one more time. He has no idea where his man is. And all this space here is just wide open to cut. So we're going to cut right into there where our defense is ball watching. He looks back over. There he goes. 5 points, too late. Okay, easy basket. Even in transition, they were trying to cut to the rim. Nice little two-sided fast break going here. Okay, but again, if you look at where the basketball is, looking at the ball, looking at the ball, looking at the ball, he's looking at the ball. He's pointing to no idea where the hell he's pointing to. He's pointing, he thinks someone's over here, but really got two, right? There we got the two-sided fast break going. Easy, just continue cut to the rim. Easy play for Brogdon. Right to the paint. Nice little flush. Okay, and off they go. So that was just some ways that the Pacers used cutting against that defense last night, and I thought it was just so effective, just how much pressure they put on the rim and how effective they were even just getting baskets just because they were so effective with cutting. So next one, I want to talk about how they used McDermott a little bit. So with McDermott, obviously he's a shooter, and they did a good job of using him where Charlotte had to continually change the coverage on him and cause some confusion. So the first one here is very simple. Simple little pin down. They try and shoot the gap. McDermott just stops short. Okay, 3 ball. So again, just reading that defense. As he comes off here, you can tell right away. Boom, McDermott knows he's going underneath, so I'm just going to stop short. We'll kick a pass right here. Okay, wide open 3 ball. Sabonis does a good job of screening and forced him to go all the way around to try and shoot the gap. They were not in lock and trail, so easy, stop short, 3 ball. Same thing, they saved the same type of coverage on him a few plays later. So this time he's going to come out of a corner pin action. Same thing, they're going to try and shoot the gap, and McDermott's going to stop short, almost floor it out a tiny bit to the corner. Yeah, again, 3 ball. Very effective read by McDermott. And also you can tell, they're not going to be able to switch it because then they'll have a slip to the rim. So again, same thing here. They recognize he's going to chase over the top. So then it's fine. Instead of curling, I'm just going to run straight to the corner. We'll hit him right here. If Zeller, for any reason, were to switch out, Sabonis is diving at the rim. So again, he's going to go to try and shoot the gap. That's fine. I'm going corner. hits him early. Okay, that's pretty much a layup for McDermott, especially from the corner. So then they start getting him on. What are we gonna do? Are we gonna lock and chase? We're gonna go underneath. What are we gonna try to do? We're trying to bump off his line. So this next time you can watch the hesitation of the defender as he catches the basketball. Like he has him off balance, off pace. He's able to get to the rim because he's not wide open for the shot, but he has his defenders, standing up and down because of change of pace and confusion of what he should be doing on the screen. So you'll see here. I want you to watch the defender especially. Okay, he's going to go underneath. Then he decided, nope, I'm going to come back over the top. So he's shifting his body weight all over the place. McDermott does a good job of recognizing that, and then he's able to just beat him to the rim going this way. Yep, he's long closeout, bad closeout because he's out of position. He's trying to go underneath, came back up too late. We got right up on him. Allowed McDermott to get right to the rim. Okay, so then they're in transition. They go DHO with McDermott for whatever reason. They thought it was a good idea to go underneath with the shooter. So they come underneath, stop and pop. Okay, easy 3-ball there. So again, obviously in transition is a little tougher. But the fact that they went underneath, McDermott's a shooter, I mean, that's a very simple read here. I don't know if they're supposed to switch or what they're supposed to do, but he obviously goes underneath. The big is nowhere near Sabonis, so I don't know if he's obviously giving him space to go underneath or what their plan was. But if you're going underneath in a shooter, he's going to pull up and shoot that thing every single time. In rhythm, wide open 3. And because of how successful McDermott was shooting the basketball, getting to the rim, but he was such a threat. He was hot last night. I love that they went to they ran this play a lot. It's one of their bread and butter plays. They'll go a double drag into a double away into a double stagger from McDermott. And because they'd already ran this play a couple times in the first half, and McDermott's hot, there's a miscommunication, which equals a wide open layup. So here comes a double drag into a double away. McDermott's to come off the double. Miscommunication, slip right to the rim. Okay, easy bucket. All because of what a threat McDermott is. And they were going under. Then they were going to switch. Then they're going to, there's so many coverages going on with them that they got a miscommunication. Sometimes keeping it simple is more effective. We'll watch one more time. It's so important to watch the last set of screens here. You'll see the huge miscommunication that happens. Okay, you'll notice he's trying to chase them all the way off like they typically would have. For whatever reason, he gets in the mix. I'm going to go with him too because McDermott's on. This is like sort of the second half. So they're going right to him. See what they can get. Miscommunication, right? They fall over each other, right? And that just kind of like was the end for Charlotte. That's kind of a perfect fit for how the rest of that game went. But hopefully that helps bring some insight. Hopefully you enjoyed it. But just what I thought was important was just the way that they cut last night and how they used McDermott to be successful against Charlotte.